Close the doors, walk across the corridor. We got something to show you. Media is our repertoire. Fed up with the same news, no channel to use. Cruise control mentalities. Here we offer you. We gon' show you on your way. The content it never stays, but positive and uplifting. Once a week the scope gifted. There's zero to fake, hydration like Boucher.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to another riveting week of MediaScope, all things media and pop culture. Okay, it looks like we're having trouble going live to one of these places, but I will go ahead and, I think I know why. I'll go ahead and take care of that a little bit later. This is MediaScope, as I said, all things media, tech, and pop culture. We're live. Well, it's not Friday, it's Saturday, right? We're usually live on Friday nights at around 7. I switched it around this year, this season. We are in our 11th season. This is 11 years of doing MediaScope, having lots of fun and foolishness on the interwebs. My name, if you don't know, is Tachi, media professor, filmmaker, media content producer, also a journalist, and we are here. Now, this is what I didn't do. I didn't fix on the vertical stream. Sorry, guys, where you're able to see me full. I'll have to fix that for the next time because I did that for my lower third. So if you're not subscribed, why not like and subscribe? I would appreciate that from you. And let's see who we have here already this morning. Hannah Boyd Miller. Hannah is here. Hello, my dear. How are you? Welcome in. Also, Cheryl Ferguson has joined us on the Facebook side for this Saturday morning edition of MediaScope. And we've got some stories for you today. I'm excited. So we're going to go ahead and get started. For those of you who don't know, I have been attending a conference. I was supposed to do this last night, but the conference ran over. We are having the 50th Southern Regional Conference for Delta Sigma Theta, and I am attending virtually because it's being held up in Atlanta, but yeah, can't do that, but I can do virtually this year, so that's what I'm doing. So I'm getting ready after this to hop into some sessions, but I had to come on and say hello to all of you. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and give you the hug, letting you know that I appreciate you being here. You could choose to be any place else on a Saturday morning, which, by the way, I'm liking Saturday morning because I'm so invigorated. I'm invigorated at night, but I'm really on fire now. So, every once in a while we'll have to do that. Definitely the MediaScopes from the beach will be that. Also, look who we have here. Soror, hello, Divine Right. Welcome in. It is wonderful to have you. You missed a hug? I will give it to you again. Welcome in, everyone. All right. So we're going to get started. You know the drill. Please put comments in. Please engage, because that's what makes it a show and a conversation, is it not? All right, so let's go on, and we will start off with media. In the coming weeks, you're going to see some new assets. So just be prepared. So here we go. All right. So, yeah, say goodbye to that intro to the media segment because we're going to come up with a new one. And let's do this. I want to start off with, let's get to the comments, and then I'll start with our first story. Karma Ovicchio, watching us on the Facebook Live side. Do they call it Facebook Live anymore? It's just Facebook, I think. So, but we're happy to have you, whether they call it Live, Thrive, or Seek to Survive. Welcome in. It is good to see you. She says, thank you so much for showing up and sharing your gifts with, oh my gosh. That is such a special thing to hear. You don't always know if people give a damn about what you do or appreciate what you do. But when I hear comments like that and you guys show up, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Tracy Powell is here. Hello, Tracy. Welcome in. How are you, my dear? It is wonderful to see you. All right. Saturday morning seems like it's the sweet spot. Okay, we'll see if I can get up to do this. And look who is here. Or Houston Jack is running errands and listening. We love that. Look, Saturday morning is errand time, which makes me think that Saturday morning is it could be a good time, for you, for an extra one in addition to the Friday nights. Listen to me giving myself more work. Perhaps I should just stop talking while I'm ahead and then I won't say things. So welcome in, GR Houston Jack. I think I saw, Terry Nixon. How are you? Welcome in. It is wonderful to have you. And I thought I saw Ron here. Did I? Yes, thank you for saying bye to the intro. Yes, I did. Ron, Louis Photos is here, joining us on the tubing of the U. And so let's say hello to everybody who is here. If you're watching on Bookface, welcome. Thank you so much for being here on the tubing of the U, otherwise known as YouTube. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you have not already. LinkedIn is here too, but I think LinkedIn just kind of hangs out. But say something if you're here. LinkedIn. Also, we've got some Twitch going on in the world. Thank you, Twitch. And we are going live to Indie Soup Media, though we are on a hiatus right now. I am going live to Indie Soup Media just to keep things fresh over there. Speaking of fresh, this just popped into my head. Do you remember a gum called Freshen Up? It had like squirty jelly in the middle. I used to love that when I was little. Now the idea of it doesn't seem so delicious. However, when I said fresh, it reminded me of Freshen Up. You see what happens when your mind goes in a million directions. It's okay, though. It served me well thus far. Anyway, we are going to go. So Hannah says she remembers Freshen Up gum. Wonderful. And you're watching on, okay, so G is watching on Indie Soup. I should have known because she is a co-conspirator on Indie Soup. Let's call it that. And she has a little wrench next to her name, so I should have known you were watching on Indie of the Soup. And G says, yes, that was cool. It was cool gum. But now to think about it, it was too much gum. Just like bubble gum, that's too damn much to chew on. I don't know, but it was cool. Kimmy has also joined us. Welcome. It is so wonderful to see you. Oh, it's Squirts was their slow. Good Lord. Wow. I don't know. Sometimes I think the advertising departments and these don't. Anyway, that was a silly slogan. It is so wonderful to see all of you here. And as you can tell, I'm excited and invigorated. So before I get into my conference for the day, I wanted to hop on since I could not last night. So we are going to do this. Since we've already done the intro, let's go ahead and see what we have as story number one. Spider-Man. Did I ever tell you the story that I was Spider-Man 3 times for Halloween? But I was scared of the mask, so I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. I could be Spider-Man all day. I just couldn't look at myself in the mirror because the mask scared me when I was little. So not like crying scared, but it was a little spooky. But I loved Spider-Man. Just couldn't look at myself in the mirror. Okay. So what do we have going on with Spider-Man? If you don't know, Spider-Man Brand New Day is out in theaters now. So we're taking a look at what's happening in the box office. They are eyeing a second weekend box office revenue record. This is put together by Sony Pictures or released by Sony Pictures. Again, it's called Spider-Man Brand New Day. And it appears that they have a good chance of breaking the all-time second weekend box office sales through August 9th. So it's migrating for the first time to IMAX screens and continuing higher than average daily screen times. Who among you have seen Spider-Man New Day? Now, as I said, I love Spider-Man, but I'm also not, have I gone to no, I haven't. I have not been back to the theater since, have I? No, that's a lie. We did an event, a red carpet event for what movie was that? For Michael. So that I did go to the theater for Michael because we were having an event. And I said, okay, maybe I'll start going back to, have I set foot back in the theater since Michael came out? I haven't, but maybe for Spider-Man New Day. So let me know if you've seen it or you're going to see it. We've got some comments here and let's see who has seen this. So going back to what we were talking about, Saturdays are great. I'm in the garden and it's wonderful to hear your voice while harvesting. I love that. Where's my harvest? Where's my? And before you say anything, no, I am not going to start a garden. Even though I live in a place where I can grow 24/7, I don't want to listen. I just am happy when the avocado tree doesn't sprout or pear because, is that the word? Bloom, fruit. That's it. Because I don't want to deal with critters in the backyard, all the wildlife, iguana. I don't. So I probably don't want to keep up with a garden, but I have the space to do it if I wanted to. But I will cheer you on as you go and garden. Wonderful. And it's good exercise as well. Also, Chris is here. Hello, Chris Renee. Welcome in. Welcome in. Karma says they need to bring back Kiss of the Spider Woman. I'm sick of the man. Oh, listen, they're going to go with what they know makes them money. And even though there was lots of success with Wonder Woman, the Wonder Woman franchise, and we've seen women superheroes before, obviously, as a standalone, I don't think that Hollywood wants to put energy and their ducats into that where there is a female headliner as the superhero. They still have an antiquated thought process that nope, they won't make as much money doing that. It's the same thing. All we have to do is look at the WNBA and look how long it took for them to really. These players can play better than most, but again, it's the gender norms that we have conditioned ourselves with that dictate what we put money behind. So I think it's the same thing with this. So, but you never know. Let's not say never. Let's not say never. So G says people have been yearning for some great movies. Listen, because there's so much basura in the atmosphere. There's so much trash and so much just meh. We can't. So again, I will say this. Now I've heard that this is really good, that it's well done. I have not seen it yet, but I am interested in seeing it. I am a Marvel girly. I'm interested in seeing this. But I ask you all this. Is it good because this is what we have? Or is it really good? And I'm not questioning the sanctity of this. I'm just asking you because peanuts taste like steak when all you have is peanuts. But then you're offered steak and you see how lackluster the peanuts were. No disrespect to steak or peanuts. Okay? I don't really eat steak, but I like peanuts. So let me know what you think. I am interested in this. Jazzy is here and says, good morning, beautiful people. Good morning to you. Kim still has to see this. Hey, look at Miss Ali's. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Yay, the art person herself. And by the way, there's so many people, and I want you to do this. If you have a show that you do, will you please put it in the chat so we can shout you out, big you up, and have other people watch? That's the cool thing about live streaming that you don't get on traditional media. You cannot do this. You cannot shout out folks. They do sometimes, but you know, it's traditional media. So Jazzy said, I saw it last weekend. It was great. So let me know if you think if it was truly a masterpiece or truly something good, or it's because we don't have as many choices for film. Let me know in the theaters. Okay. And Elise says, good morning. Divine Rice says, I saw it Wednesday for my son's birthday. Great movie. So we've got two Siskel and Eberts thumbs up. And the new Spider-Man on how I need to see it. Okay, I think you're getting something wrong there. Re-put that in because, you know, it's Saturday morning, friend. I can't descramble your Scrabble this morning. So I haven't seen it, but I've got to be in a wonderful mood to visit the cinema. You know, that's what I'm saying. I want to go on a day to there's a theater down the street from me that's like they show first run, but they also show independent movies. So during the day, like nobody is there. That's when I want to go. When nobody is there, and they have the most delicious popcorn. sometimes I would go and they were like, "Oh, what movie would you like to see?" Nothing. I'm going to get popcorn because their popcorn is just delightful. So I would enjoy a small popcorn in a movie during the day when nobody else is there. I'll do that. In fact, in that same plaza, there I would go see a movie there. There is a massage place there that does massages for like $45 for an hour, and they're really good. And then there is a sushi place right in the same plaza. So that would be my Fridays. So enjoyable, so fun. Take some time and do that for yourself as well, but with stuff that you like. Emma Ansa is here, the queen herself. Hello, sister. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Also, let's see. So, Divine Right says about Spider-Man, well written and truly brought out the emotional part of the characters, a must see. So, I've heard that people were coming out crying. Is it that good? Is it that much of a tearjerker? Now I have got to see it. Send you the avocado. Okay, see, don't wish for them to grow right now. It's too much. That's why I don't want a mango tree. My mother actually planted that avocado tree, and she said, "Do you want us to get mango?" I said, "No." Mango trees produce I could probably supply a few grocery stores during mango season. They're delicious. I love mangoes, but I would rather get them from neighbors and people that have mango trees. Oh, I'll help you. I will eat them, but I don't want my own. But that's the nice thing about here. The fruit trees like really produce a lot. So there's no need to go hungry in South Florida. Okay, let's see. And Ama Ansa says, I'm so not a green thumb. I wish I was. All right, well, you could probably get some tricks and tips from Karma. So you actually should watch her because Karma does a lot of social media tips as well. Follow each other, guys. Let's see. And Ron, thank you for saying good morning to everyone who just joined. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And for those of you that may be watching the vertical stream on YouTube, let me say good morning to you as well. Feel free to weigh in. Feel free to be here. You know, I might have to make Saturday part of my repertoire. We'll see. We'll see. Look who is here. Oh, my goodness. The gang is all here. Christopher is here as well. Thank you so much for coming in. Wow. Good morning, everyone. And exactly. And they still dog at WNBA players. So, if you are not of a certain, shall we say, persuasion and gender, you have so much to prove to everyone. And this is why you can have a WNBA which will whoop everyone's tail and still people have things to say. You can have a film that will do excellently, but if it has a female lead, not in a stereotypical way, nobody's buying it. I don't know what the deal is. Joan Balcom is here. Hello, Soror Joan. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. It is wonderful. Oh, wait. I'm laughing because have you all seen the David Banner video on with the flowing hair and the people have made so many memes of that. So David Banner bought tickets to see it twice. So it might be good. Okay. Yeah, anybody with flowing hair like that, we have to believe. Go on, David Banner. Okay. So yeah. And if David Banner is saying it's good, definitely I'm going to say it. So Divine Right says it's really good, period. And this is so rare because we have been tasked, unfortunately, with years of lackluster cinema. So I am so happy to see, especially for a large franchise like Marvel. Sometimes it's like I love Marvel movies anyway, so I'll watch them. But to sit there and say, oh, that was excellent. I'm like, okay. I mean, with the exception of like Black Panther, because the story behind it. The first Black Panther. But for a Marvel movie to say, oh, well, that's good. So, okay, I have to see this. All of you are co-signing on this and saying it's good. I'm tasked to believe you, I suppose. So, okay, and here we go. Chris is saying, no, it's really good. The writing is excellent. All the characters are fleshed out and the acting is superb. Listen, we're getting 10 out of 10s here. Or however many people are here, 75 out of 75. No, there aren't 75 people here, but we could pretend, can't we? So let's see, keep let's keep going. Uh, oh, folks have been raging for Odyssey, but right, Odyssey is another film that people have been saying is really, really good. The Odyssey, and oh, let's look. Oh, DJ Storm is joining us over on the Twitch side, folks. DJ Storm is one of the most amazing DJs over on Twitch. If we're looking to follow Twitch DJs, please follow DJ Storm. It is, you can see it on it's Transition DJ Storm, Mr. Transition DJ Storm. Follow him on Twitch. He's amazing. All sorts of different music. You know, I happen to be a house head, so I love his house sets, but I love all his sets. But welcome in on the Twitch side. Okay, so Chris says the recap show on the official conference call on YouTube is his show. Please watch it. They do all sorts of recaps for different reality shows, but they've been doing Project Runway, and they also do RuPaul's Drag Race. Let me know if you've done others. Excellent show. Excellent show. Watch. Look at us. We are our own studios. Netflix who? Yeah. Sorry, Netflix. Sorry, Netflix. I'm not trying to mess it up for folks but we are our own Netflix. Look at that. All right. And let's see. Divine Right says they plan on singing again. And everybody send up a prayer for DJ Storm. He is in hospital right now. He is a pancreatic cancer warrior. Please send up some positive energy, send up some prayers, give him a big hug. We are giving you a big hug and rooting for you, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. And I'm glad that you chose, you could watch anything and you chose to watch this. Thank you. I appreciate that. Ron is Touch Base Daily at Ron Lewis Photos. Daily is the key thing. And in fact, he's on twice a day. In the morning, he does something at about like 5 o'clock in the morning. I try, but sometimes I can't get up that early, or, you know, I'll have gone to bed late. But if you can catch him at his morning stream, and they do like, he'll watch the sunrise and different things. And then Touch Base Daily is all sorts of different things, photography, current events. It's a lot of fun. Please join us. And yes, I am a Marvel girly. And then I said we asked them to bring Delilah or Anna Kranikov to Kravnik. I always say her name wrong. Kravinoff. There we go. To the screen. Yes. Will they listen though? They won't. Let's see. All right. Ann Ellis is here on the Facebook side. Ann, welcome in. It is wonderful to see you. Jazzy says, masterpiece, meh. I won't say that, but I will say I'm a Marvel fan. If you're not, you might just think it's okay. I'll also say a masterpiece to some will be others, trash to others. Absolutely. Film is so subjective. Film is so subjective. All right. So you know what? Let's get to our next story, and then I am going to come back in. Whoa, Creed's Classy Bling. What have I done to please the social media gods that everybody came in this morning? Creed is wonderful, and her Classy Bling is amazing jewelry that she sells over on Twitch and Instagram, but she is also a gamer, maybe a baby gamer, but a gamer nonetheless. And you say, how can people sit there and watch gaming? Listen, it is so interesting. It's one of the things I like to watch, which is why I watch iShowSpeed. For those of you who have never watched iShowSpeed, I watch him. But that, and then leather cleaning videos, people who clean like leather bags and stuff, and people who make shoes and bags. I love it, to the point that I was like, I need to start making purses and shoes. Okay, we'll see. Can't do everything. So I'm going to come back to your questions and your comments. And please, if you have any questions on what we're talking about, or general media questions, production questions, please make sure that you ask. I would love to answer them. So we're going to get into our next story. Did I listen, guys, underneath my table is I have like an under table elliptical. And I was resting my feet on, and all of a sudden my feet started to move. With my toe, I turned it on. Lord. Anyway, is that my cue to start cycling? Well, it's facing the wrong way, so I can't. All right, so let's go to our next story. And this is story number 2. Shabang bang. Is that what he used to say? Shaboing boing. That's it. Let me take down the comment here. Thank you, Kimmy. All right, let's take that down. This is a new show that is going to be coming out. I don't know if you all heard about this. This is a spinoff of Martin. For those of you who are Martin aficionados, you will know that this character is Varnell Hill. So this is Tommy Davidson, and you'll know him from, of course, In Living Color, from Martin, and several other shows. And they're doing a Martin spinoff of the Varnell Hill show, and they have set a September release date. This is going to be on Paramount Plus, and this is one of the first look images of the Varnell Hill show. So they have an 8-episode order. The debut season will premiere with 2 episodes on September 1st, followed by 1 new episode every Tuesday night until October 13th. And again, as I said, Tommy Davidson is returning as the title character 30 years after Martin ended. Now, let me take this down so that we can have some conversation. How many of you remember Varnell Hill on Martin? And if you are a Martin watcher, do you have a favorite character that was on there? Let me know. Let me know. So let's see. I think we have. All right. So Karma is saying, I can't wait. He's so hilarious. He needs his props while he is still on this thing we call Earth. Listen, In Living Color launched so many careers. All those comedians are hilarious. And I love Tommy Davidson. He's absolutely hilarious. So it seems that Kimmy is very excited about that. And oh, Ron just finished cycling. Okay, well, you're going to be by yourself because I'm not cycling. That thing is just running and I can't see it to turn it off. If I click something with my toe, who knows what will happen? It might just go into orbit. But I'm glad you cycle. That sounds awesome. Let's see. And it's official. Yep. Bryson is here. Of course, I knew he would know. It officially comes out on September 1st. Thank you, Bryson, and welcome. Yep. The Varnell show. Oh, goodness gracious. And how are you, Bryson? It is wonderful to see you. And Hannah said a prayer for DJ Storm. Thank you so much. As did Karma Ovicchio. Thank you so much. G is sending you prayers, definitely. And he's definitely appreciating that. Thank you all so much for being here. Let me take a minute before we continue on with Varnell and say welcome to the fold. If you have never in life been here before, I welcome you. My name is Tachi. I'm a media professor, filmmaker, media content producer, also a journalist, and you are watching MediaScope, which is a show that has been on for 11 years now. This is our 11th year and our 11th season. So yeah, my seasons go by years for right now. And you can catch us on all these places, but 7 p.m., not 8 p.m. anymore, 7 p.m. on Fridays. And you know what? We'll try and do some Saturday things as well. If this seems to work for folks, we'll see what happens. Because I'm energized. Can you tell? I mean, I always have this amount of it, but today, for real, I'm energized. Saturday morning could work. We'll see. Let's see what happens. So let's take some more comments. And I'm over here now with the party. Okay, wonderful. Bryson had some more information for us. Mark Ruffalo will be playing Bruce Banner, the Hulk, for the final time. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. If you don't know, Bryson always chimes in. We call him BMZ. He's got the pop culture deets, if you want to know. There are clowns for this, but I'm going to... That's what I'm saying. I'm like, what made them think to make this a spin-off show? Interesting. So, Kim says, I love Martin, but I don't remember Varnell. What did he do on there? So, he really was only on there for 2 episodes. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bryson, or somebody else. It was 2 or 3 episodes. So he played a character, Varnell Hill, that came to WZUP Was Up, their station, and Martin interviewed him. If you remember, Martin was a DJ on that local radio station. They were out of Detroit, fictional, and he was on there once, and Martin was like, "How could I be down with all of this?" And Varnell said, "Well, when you're out in LA, just look me up." Oh, and you shouldn't have told him that, because Martin then packed up his stuff and said, "We're going to LA," and then and tried to bum rush his show to get on. So I think it was only 2 episodes. It had to have been just 2 that he was on, maybe 3. So it's interesting that they chose a story arc for a character who had only really been on twice. Very interesting indeed. Let's see. All right. Oh, she's talking to G. Catch a replay. It comes on every night. Is it the show on Paramount Plus only? It is on Paramount Plus only right now, for right now anyway. I don't want to do spoilers, but I love the Marvel characters collaboration in the movie. Oh, that's not really a spoiler. We know someplace there's going to be a collaboration if it's a Marvel film. Yes, Kimmy, the one that says, "Did you miss me?" Oh, goodness. The Martin character universe is something else. Something else, definitely. So let's go back to talk a little bit about this. As I said, 8 episodes they have an order for. I'm sure it will be renewed. I have no doubt that, I shouldn't say that. You never know, but I'm sure it will probably be renewed. But this is 30 years. There's something about the 25 and 30 year spot where it has come. Have you noticed that? Like, so many of the shows are coming back in. So we've got a different world. How many years has it been since a different world? About 30, if I'm not mistaken. So we've got the reboot of that. So this is the time where we have a lot of reboots and reimagining. Now, we know that this tends to happen when times are tumultuous, when things are rough. We also know that Hollywood is risk adverse, and they will go with what they know went well the first time, with name stars who they already know, rather than give somebody else a chance. This is just what they do. They like to avoid risk. So, but those are 2 of the reasons. But I think because of the times we're in now, people are longing for nostalgia, which is why they're reaching way deep into the vaults. Because this Varnell thing is way deep into the vault. But I don't know, if you have Paramount Plus and you want to check it out, maybe I'll do if they have a free trial, a free weekend or something, I'll do that. But to pay, to see, I won't. I just will be one of the ones who have never seen it, because I'm not paying for anything else. You guys know me by now. Okay, so that is what is happening over there. We've got the spinoff coming. And yeah, so maybe we'll talk about it when it does come out in September, and you all can let me know what you thought of it, if I can't get a free weekend, because remember, I'm not paying. All right, let's go on to our next story. I don't want to keep you all too long, and I do need to get, okay. Well, I do need to get to my conference, but it's virtual, so they'll be waiting. Let me take a sip. Okay, let's keep on keeping on, and we'll get to our next story. Here we go. Oh, Epcot. Let's take a look and see what's happening over there. Oh, wait, did I? I did skip, but let's go with this one first. All right. So, Spaceship Earth is a series that is coming to Disney Plus that is based off of the Epcot ride. This is in the works at Disney right now. Disney Plus has ordered a pilot for Spaceship Earth. And as I said, it's based on the Epcot Center ride that has been in place since it opened in 1982. So the showrunner for this, who's going to be the head writer. Of course, that's what a showrunner is, and basically runs the show. Is it Welcome to Derry co-showrunner Jason Fuchs and Michael Waldron, who did the Avengers, Doomsday, and Loki. They are writing the pilot for this. So let me talk a little bit about the premise of this. We'll take this down. All right. Spaceship Earth will use the ride's premise of traveling through time to track humankind's progress. Is that humankind's progress as a jumping off point? The logline reads, when a mission to avert an imminent global cataclysm, let me say it right. When a mission to avert an imminent global cataclysm goes awry, a small band of teenagers from Earth's past and future must join forces to confront a threat as vast and mysterious as time itself. All right. Does that sound interesting to you all? Is anybody here interested in watching a show based off of an Epcot Center ride? First of all, I haven't been to Disney, let alone Epcot Center. So let me know if this sounds interesting to you. To me, I can do without. But again, I'm the person who lives in Florida who does not have an interest in going to Disney. That ship has sailed for me, but I've heard there are some great things if you go to the Disney parks. So, but yeah, not me. All right, let me know what you think. Let's take some commentary. Hey, somebody is yawning. Yeah, exactly. Karma says, I've been telling my clients that they need to implement some nostalgia stories in their email campaign. Yes, absolutely. This is the time to do it. If you're creating content, nostalgia always works, but it works when we are also trying to escape our devilish reality also. So this is definitely a time to do it. G says, these folks have some interesting ideas. Yeah, interesting is definite. Hannah says, no, it does not interest me. Bryson gives us this. If y'all can make it, you can catch it on Disney Plus right in your home. What are we talking about? Catching on Disney Plus? This particular one, the Epcot series, or are you talking about something else? Let me know. All right. So talking about, and I assume that you're talking about Varnell. The show sounds great. It's going to be a night show that's about a night show. It's a meta night show, right? It's cool to have real interviews baked into the show. Absolutely. I think that is cool. Definitely. But again, let me know. And it is interesting for a short-term character. So looking at what it's going to be, I think it's definitely a character, but it's sort of like what Stephen Colbert did with the Colbert Show. That's what it feels like, even though the Colbert Show was not based off of a character. Remember, Stephen Colbert was playing this pompous person doing interviews. So he was playing a character. So it feels like this is basically what it's going to be. It has a Colbert Show feel to it. So Karma says it was two episodes. I think it was called Hollywood Swinging or something like that. You're correct. Because I'm like, I don't think it got past 2 episodes. Absolutely. Bryson says, I got the press room for sure next week. We got Disney D23 next Friday. Okay, absolutely. You are the press room. You are the press junket. Jay is here and says hello. Welcome in, Jay, on this Saturday morning. We are doing a MediaScope. This is I said brief, but we'll see. We'll go for a little bit longer. Jazzy says, I am not interested at all. She could care less. All right, let's do this. Since we all lack interest in this, we're going to move on to our next conversation piece, as Dr. Vibe would say. Let's go to Spotify, and let me put up our graphic right now because I missed it. All right. So Spotify has hit 300 million premium subscribers. Let me know in the chat if you are a Spotify subscriber. I would love to know. I am not. And I know right now there are many people who have issues with Spotify because of the treatment of the artists on there, the not getting as much because of affiliations, etc. But let me know if you are a Spotify premium subscriber. So they grew their subscriber base to 300 million in the second quarter of this year, which is what we're in now, after they gained 7 million paying subscribers. Now, this exceeded what they initially thought. Let's talk a little bit about total monthly active users. It stood, especially and on the free ad-supported tier, was at 777 million at the end of quarter two. That slightly undershot the previous guidance of 778 million, which they are attributing to product optimizations. Let's talk about revenue. They reported 478 billion euro. You can do the math because remember, Spotify is based in Sweden, so they use euro. So let me take this down so you can see me. Not that that matters, but they their revenue was 400.78 billion. That's up 14%. Give me a second. Sorry. Talking does this sometimes. That's up 14% from their forecast. Their operating income was in at 655 million. That's their operating euro. That is their operating income. So they made a little bit of a boost. Good for you, Spotify. So let's see how many of you are part of that 300 million subscriber base. Let's see. G says, not a Spotify subscriber and currently working on moving my content off of their platform. Okay. Ron Lewis says, not on Spotify. Bryson has an Apple Music subscription. It's difficult. For those of if you've never been a Spotify person, then it probably doesn't matter. But there are alternatives out there for those of you who don't want to give your ducats or your time and attention, because your data is currency as well, sometimes more valuable than the actual money they make. If you don't want to give that to Spotify, there are also alternatives. But I think I'll say this, that we have no right to complain about the state of things if we also contribute our money, our time, and attention to those things. So, and it's difficult. Nobody's saying it's easy. And I'm also not blaming people who have no other alternative. Like if we're talking about food and grocery stores, I'm not going to begrudge someone if they go into Target because that's the only thing that's available, or Walmart because that's the only thing that's available, or Family Dollar, etc., because that's all that's available. However, for things that are nice to haves and not necessities, you're making a choice. So I'll leave it at that and come off of my soapbox. And we will move on to our next story, folks. In case you are wondering, who is this? I'm Tachi, and you are watching MediaScope. I'm a media professor, a filmmaker, a media content producer, also a journalist. I'm here on Fridays, usually at 7. Couldn't be here last night, so I decided to come on this morning. But this morning feels like good, right? It feels like a good time to do things in the morning. So maybe we'll come on some mornings as well. Let's see. And now Carmen say, I just want to see how Merlin is going to treat indie artists. Yes, I'm not as familiar with Merlin. I know a little bit about it. We'll see, because here's the thing. Whenever money is to be made, everybody that starts off good somehow ends up being, So I watched something on Instagram. I don't know if you all saw it, but they were talking about the amount of AI music that exists, like fake AI music that exists under different people, some celebrities that they don't know about necessarily on the different platforms. And even the ones that were supposedly independent had that issue as well. Now, again, some of these are like fake accounts, or accounts that were started in the name. So these people don't know, but there's a lot out there. So even the ones that you think, oh, this is okay, you never know. So hopefully Merlin stays true to its magical claims. You see what I did there? Fantastic. Ron Lewis says less streaming for me. So are we going back to physical media? How many of you are buying vinyl? Is anybody buying vinyl? Is anybody buying CDs, or are you going back to your old CD collection or your old vinyl collection? I know with Gen X, so not Gen X, sorry, Gen Z. Gen Z is very much about the resurgence of physical media. So you see them buying CDs. You see them definitely delving into vinyl. You see some of them trying to buy cassette tapes. Let me know if you're back into the physical media. And we've had this conversation on several platforms about owning the media, because when you are streaming these songs, you don't own them. You're basically renting them. So if that goes away or you decide to go, it's not yours anymore. So let me know what you think about doing this. So Karma says, I'm buying vinyl and have been buying 78. Interesting. Jazzy is a vinyl girly. G has vinyl as well. Excuse me. And Bryson said, we just announced that the Met Gala 2027 is going to be on May 3rd. Thank you for that. We always know that it is always the first Monday in May. So we'll see what happens this year with the Met Gala. Are we over the Met Gala? Let me just put that out there. Are we over those types of events that really show opulence and, to be honest, a blind spot when it comes to what's happening in the world? So the world is crashing down around, but meanwhile, you're on the red carpet of the Met showing off a custom gown that nobody else can afford. Let me know. And I'm also not begrudging them, because I think we still need joy in the midst of what's happening. But tell me what you think. All right. G says we're over the Met Gala. Yeah, I'm kind of over the Met Gala. It's like, yeah, okay. I'm kind of over it because it's become less about the fashion and more about the celebrities that are there. Although I understand it's for a good cause. It's for the Met Gala's Fashion Institute. I'm sorry, the Metropolitan Museum's Fashion Institute. I understand that. But as an event, man, I could do without it. I'm okay. It's not going anywhere. No, it's not going anywhere. Neither is TV, but that doesn't make it interesting. Anyway, so G also says the best mixes on a few cassette tapes, I still play them. Have you thought about burning them to a CD or putting them in the cloud so that you have them in case the tape disintegrates? Something to think about. I think I got everybody's comments. Okay, let's do this. We're going to do a few more, and then I'm going to let you go because it is Saturday, and I do have to get to this this conference. But I could not let this go. So Karma says, I've been over it. If they really won't do something, if they really want to do something, they should do an everyone event all over the country, excuse me, in other museums. I agree. I think the thing that makes the Met special is that it is the Met and it is an exclusive event. That's what makes it special. But what happened this year, and what has probably been happening, is that people all over New York have been doing fashion events. Why am I? Hold on a minute, guys. Okay, they've been doing fashion events. This is letting me know that my time is quickly coming to a close. So we'll do one more story, and then I'm going to let you guys go. G says, I've considered making my cassette. I've considered making my cassettes digital, but it's not high on the list. Think about it so you don't lose them through disintegration. And let's see. I have been talking all week. I have been on several shows this past week, so that's probably what's happening here. It's all right though. Divine Right says, I need to burn my father's music to a cloud of him playing the drums. Definitely do that, especially when it comes to family. Do it. All right. So let's do this. Let's do one more story. And then I'm going to let you go. And then, so I'm looking at what I have. I have some good stuff. Well, let's talk about this. And then the rest of the stories I will put on my socials and you guys can comment there. Okay, so we are going to do this story. Speaking of vinyl, let's talk Suno. Yes, Suno is AI, but they're looking to get into the physical media game. They're trying to get into the vinyl market, folks, and they're going to let users press their own AI songs onto 12-inch records. They're calling it Your Songs on Vinyl. Well, that's what, excuse me, that's what their ad says. So, if you are interested in that, you are going to be able to build a track list from Suno's library with up to 46 minutes of audio per record. You can then design a sleeve, you can design labels and a cover using your artwork or Suno's artwork. Let me come back from this a minute. So if you don't know Suno is a platform where you can create AI music, and now you can press this music forever into a physical medium, into vinyl. So they're getting into the physical market too. And if you ask me, this is so smart because they know that Gen Z is all about vinyl. Why not muscle your way into that? So Suno is describing this as eco-friendly, made from PETG. I don't know. I know what PET is, or PET, but I don't know that. So they also say every record is a genuine pressed record, not just a novelty cut. And this is interesting because this is coming as they have a whole bunch of copyright battles over music that artists are saying was trained on their music, their AI music that was trained on their music without permission. So, tell me, are you for or against AI music? Would you try pressing your own AI music into vinyl using the Suno platform? And that's going to be it for me and my voice. Let me know. All right, so Karma says that copyright fight is going to be crazy. Do we have to pay a royalty to them? I don't have that information, but I'm going to be looking at this story. This is horrible to me on all levels, says Jazzy. I am not for AI art. It's stolen material. G says, my nephew loves using Suno. That's his thing. Ask him if he knows about the ability to be able to press vinyl from it and if he's going to do it. Let's see. Do we have to pay a royalty to them or to the artist? I've got so much music that I would press up for my great grands. I'd absolutely do it. All right. Well, let me take a sip before I tip it. You. As Gia says, I've been talking all week. So I think this is the pinnacle tonight or this morning. So unfortunately, it looks like I need to get off because my voice is saying get off. All right, so it's good. We've been on for just about an hour, well, 54 minutes, just short of an hour, but I wanted to make sure you got that hour of me in. So thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for rocking with MediaScope for 11 years. And let me know if there are stories that you would like to hear. You're always free to send them to me via Instagram is probably the best way that I will see it. So let me know. Love you for watching. Bid you adieu. You guys, myself, and his voice. Let's exit stage left. Okay, guys, until next week, cheers.
Close the doors, walk across the corridor. We got something to show you. Media is our repertoire. Fed up with the same use, no channel to use. Cruise control mentalities. Here we offer you. We gon' show you on your way. The content it never stays. More positive and uplifting. Once a week, the scope gifted. Let's hear what you fake.